Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, dive in some TA. The market is about to close in T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds. Guys, we have our big news event coming in hot on Wednesday. We have FOMC. We know we're getting a rate hike. It's going to be 0.25 or the 0.5. If it's over 0.5, the market is crashing. So I don't think that's going to be the case. If it's 0.25, I think the market is going to rally. That's just my opinion, and 100% just opinion. No financial advice will be given here on this channel. But you know, things don't look bad at all going into this event. They don't. It's Monday. We have one more trading session between us and that event. I'm going to say we probably hit it with some more consolidation tomorrow. Flash some upside. Why? Well, guys, we already got that move down today. All right. We did get that move down. And now, like, we got that pullback there. We ended up rallying into the end of the day. Now VIX is looking like this. VIX is underneath this daily 9. SPY is over that daily 9. QQQ is over that daily 9. IWM is over that daily 9. DIA is over that daily 9. If it pulls back, expect buyers on the indices. Expect sellers on the VIX. All right? It is extremely rare that you slice underneath one of these things and do not dance around it. All right? You pull back into it. Found buyers. Okay? You're very likely not just going to slice back underneath it, especially when we have the setup that we currently have. This thing is getting ready for an explosion, and that is my personal opinion. All right? NQ has a break and retest here on the daily time frame. I know we got a lot of clutter there, but this is a hammer candlestick, right? I'll just go over the 15-minute, chart with you guys. All right, pretty clean move today, guys. You did it. It was pissing me off down here, but we made the best out of it. Made it work. We were trading micros on this initial move. When we got confirmation that this thing really started moving, that is when I switched to NQ. We made out all right over there. But you did end up pulling back to the golden pocket over there, the 0.618 fib. 15-minute RSI was oversold as VIX's was overbought. That is a recipe for you getting bought up. All right, so we got 50-something points off rip over there. And then we did end up, we were looking for that to be a dead cat bounce, and then price would go down to make a lower low, but then a higher high over here on your RSI, 15-minute RSI. That did end up becoming the case. Then we had another long setup straight from the golden pocket. All right, and then you built out this little downtrend, broke out of that, you got your first little move, and then I was waiting for this next little move, and you really did not make a, what I thought was going to happen here. I thought you'd consolidate a little above it, and eventually you would end up popping up and coming up here and at least visiting 19.46.350. You did not. All right, you did not, but that is what I was looking for. Either way, all right, I'm not going to say this is the worst looking chart here. This is pretty clean price action. Just took a little while down here. That was definitely annoying. That is okay. All right. This thing literally, let's actually come back over the 15. This thing literally found buyers continuously today at this trend line. It is very likely that that thing's not going to be faded. All right. Just my opinion. Okay. Not much that I'm really going to say today because I do think we're going to have consolidation tomorrow, but we will just go over the levels we're going to be paying attention to over on the indices, guys. 473.27, that is your resistance. 474.50, that is your resistance above there. 476.53. But if you just pull that up, just know you really got to get above 475.10 in order to get up here. So that is that. Support is going to be 472.22, and then we're going to say we're going to use today's low instead. All right, 472.22, 469.89 underneath there. All right, you really don't have much until you boom, come all the way back down here and fill that guy. All right, coming over to SPY, what are you going to be paying attention to? Upside as resistance, 563.03, 564.20, 565.16. Support is going to be 560.80, 559.36, 557.32, 554.87. If you pull back into this, expect buyers to step in here. This thing is extremely bullish. Anyone who's looking at this chart and thinking bearish thoughts, I think you're just scared that we're about to see the rate hike, and that's that. I'm not going to roast anyone, but 110%, if anyone is looking at this chart and thinking bearish thoughts, you're either 100% tunnel vision over the fact that we have the FOMC rate hike coming up, or You cannot read the chart, and I'm not going to tell anyone they can't read the chart. So I'm going to say you're tunnel visioned, all right? Buddy, it's time to not be tunnel visioned. It's time to look at this chart for what it really is. Okay? Do you want Henry Boy to show you? The chart doesn't really get much more bullish than this, guys. This thing's about to explode. It's about to explode. There's not really denying how this thing looks. So again, I am going to say, if you are thinking bearish thoughts when you look at this chart, please think again. Please just listen to your boy from right now, just for now. Okay? If this thing ends up, slicing down and undercutting this low, that's when you can, think those bearish thoughts again. But for the time being, you got to do a lot of damage to this chart to make it not look like this. It looks so sexy, it's ridiculous. All right, guys? So please just have that bullish bias in the back of your mind. People call me permanent bull all the time. It's okay. Okay? It's okay. I understand. But at the end of the day, all right, when I'm sitting there looking for a bounce and it looks ugly and I get called the perma bull, I have a habit of answering. But in reality, I just got to sit back and watch as anybody who's like really doubting, Permable Henry over here eats their words. Okay. Why? Because Permable Henry only comes out when there's a reason to come out. All right. And you had things looking freaking crazy. All right. Crazy as things were, pulling back there. And they're still looking crazy. They're looking bonkers. Nuts. All right. Freaking nuts. Not Apple over here. All right. I'm just going to give you guys a little inside scoop, guys. Or not even inside scoop. I'm just going to speak my thoughts on this iPhone 16. Guys, it's a piece of garbage. All right. Why? I'm not going to call it a piece. Like, it's not a piece of garbage, but, Apple's a piece of garbage for just, again, another new phone. And the only thing you changed is you made the 15 Pro processor, the 16 base model processor, and then you put a camera, a camera button on the side where you can zoom in and out. What? That's the new iPhone. So, this reaction right here is not surprising, is what I'm saying right here. All right. I'm just gonna say I don't think it's the best idea to touch Apple until it gets back down here into this golden pocket. Daily RSI is going to be oversold. Once it gets back down there, that's when we could talk about some Apple. But with how this thing is looking, it's either going to recover here or it's going to hit with another gap down. It's going to come over here. All right, 210. All right, but Meta, it's looking freaking mighty fine. All right, guys, and I'm not going to cover every ticker in here. I don't want to turn this into a long video. I do have somewhere to be. But I was going to record this video for you guys. So far so good. Expect either consolidation or this thing's going up like that. And from that, guys, it's the same thing we kind of just pointed out over there. Is giant, cup, and handle. Giant, cup, and what is that? Handle. Okay? These things look amazing. So that is that. Microsoft. How are you looking over here, guys? You're looking for a test of that golden pocket, all right? If you pull back, look at 425.86 as your support. That's going to be your break and retest from, the top of this flag that we definitely did point out right here at the bottom, all right? People be hating, that's okay. They're going to come with the territory, but at the end of the day, these haters got to just not watch the videos. They got to not just watch the whole video. I don't know. They can't be watching the videos, all right? I'm still going to say Goog is probably the sexiest FANG stock, mega cap stock set up right now to go. Amazon is pulling back right off of our 188.65 level. The high over here was 188.50. All right, so pretty close there. I'm still waiting on this level over here to be tested. I'm going to put an alert just so I don't miss it. I'm not sure if it's going to be tested, but if we get that consolidation on the indices tomorrow, then solid shot. This gets tested right here. It's also going to be a daily 9 EMA test right there. And I will not be surprised if you start getting bought up from there. All right, we're going to go over NVIDIA right here. Guys, you pull back to the daily 9 over here because I know NVIDIA is a favorite. All right, it's everyone's favorite over here. 115.38 support. You also have the daily 9 EMA test. Underneath there, you're going to have 111.92, which you could see on the hourly time frame, and then 108.80. On the upside is resistance. It's where you broke down from right over here. You found sellers there off the open today. 118.04. And then 123. I mean, you're going to have the high over here, of course. Okay. All All right, 118.04, 120.79, 123.10. All right, another honorable mention over here. AMD, guys, you are stalling out at the supply zone. Expect sellers here if it pulls back here into this daily 9, which would also be a test of 148.99. I like it. All right, I think it's probably going to get bought up from there. Okay, next one I'll talk about is MU, guys. Now, I'm not taking this one. Okay, I am not taking this one down here. I got tempted today on just, throwing a dated call position on there like I like to do sometimes, all right? But I mean, currently, that is Goog, okay? Currently, Goog is the one that I'm comfortable doing that on. MU is not that guy. MU has earnings right around the corner. MU, all right, started its move down last earnings, okay? So it's either going to have a sick, nasty rebound from here, like a very sick, nasty. You're going to break through this downtrend. You're coming all the way like quick back up here to like 130-ish, or it's going to fall a little bit further, okay? You already broke under the 0.786 fib, so you very likely are going to revisit down here, right? So I don't know what's going to happen here. I still think MU is like not bad at all looking. Like, in terms of being down here, you just have earnings here. And we could definitely see some crazy things happen, like always, on earnings, okay? They're not always positive. A lot of these previous ones, they have been positive, but as you could see, it's kind of a curveball. We don't know what's going to happen with this. It's not like we have a trend of the thing just likes to gap up like Carvana on earnings, okay? Then there's Carvana. It loves gapping up off earnings. That is something I'm definitely going to point out. Every single earnings, I'm going to point out Carvana as a trade I did. Why? Because it just keeps gapping up off these earnings. I don't know why. It's done it every single one. Let's just count. All right, let's count. Starting here. 1, 2. Okay, you got your big gap up right there. We're talking like 20 to 40% gap ups. We ain't talking a small fry over here, okay? Boom. There's a 3. There's a 4. Okay, so there's a 4. There's a 5. All right, you got another 30% gap up. And we have a 6. What do you have? All right. Oh, you closed up 10%, and you still did not, like, you literally didn't even close out at the high. All right. That is like what, 6 in a row right there? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6. All right, guys, that's a year and a half. This thing just keeps gapping up. MU ain't that guy. Carvana is that guy. And Carvana is definitely something that I'm going to say looks like it's about to rip up above 159.85, and it's going to start making its way up over here. Not saying it does, but that is the next spot. Like, there's literally nothing in between there and there. There's nothing. Okay? All right, guys, so that is going to be the video. I'm sorry I did not cover every ticker we normally cover in these videos, but I will just say consolidation tomorrow is very likely. All right, it is very likely going to be the case. Do not expect much from tomorrow. We're going to come back over and just review QQQ. Weekly time frame looks absolutely phenomenal. Okay, absolutely phenomenal. And while we're on the weekly time frame, let's just talk about how big of a troll this can be, and like it would have to be for this thing not to explode from here. You freaking sold so hard over here. Okay, hit with a 5% gap down day. Had your chance, bears. Had your flipping chance, and you rallied it back up. I'm right here at the 0.786 fib. From here down to here, it's right here. I'll just show you real quick. All right. Perfect move. And then you have another wicked sell. Wicked sell. And what happens the following week? You fully recover and then close up above the week's high. Meaning this is a bear trap. This thing is going to have to be the biggest troll we've ever seen it be if it's about to do that move off FOMC. I don't think it's going to happen. But, like, where do you see this? Like, it just makes no sense if it's going to go like that. It doesn't. This is structure positioned for upside. All right? It is. So I'm going to conclude things off with that. We know my bias going into FOMC. I don't know your bias, but let me know down below. I want to know. Okay? But, I think I backed my bias here in this video, just showing you these charts. These things are definitely set up, and they can run. All right? Bitcoin is not one of those guys, but it is pulling back over here for the retest and the daily 9 EMA test. Not looking terrible over there. Coin, not looking the best. MSTR, literally just pulled back to, you know, where you broke out from that trend line. Mara, again, pulled back to the 9 and that trend line. CLSK, you never broke out of that trend line, out of that downtrend, like, because we were underneath the daily 9 over here, all right? Mara and MSTR, though, I think they look great. All right, so that's that. All right, guys, I'm going to close out the video with it, with that. I'm sorry, it was a bit all over the place today. I just have somewhere to be. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Go join me over on Twitter. I will be posting charts, 2 to 3 charts every single day over on Twitter. And these aren't charts for no reason. I'm not just picking random tickers. These are things with setups. These are things that are going places. And you're going to know before they go those places where they're going. All right. With that being said, appreciate y'all. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.